Hello everyone, welcome back to the Datto Does Destiny YouTube channel, now cringe-free, where today we have another TWID. We're going over the Final Shape raid date launch, as it is probably not what you are expecting. We have some updates to the clan system, a little, it's a starter update. And then we have just some clarity on what is actually staying and going with Into the Light and Final Shape launch and all that kind of stuff, because there's a little bit of confusion, and Bungie is like, let's just make everything clear about what's staying and what's going. So, Final Shape raid day. We're about a month and a half out, and people are like, yo, I need to know when to take off work and all that kind of stuff. Bungie has finally given us the date, which you've probably already read. June 7th at 10 a.m. That is 3 days after an expansion launch. And normally, we get about a week and a half, right? You get like a full week. You get that weekend in case you're working during the week. You play the expansion over the weekend, something like that. But now we only have 3 days. Now, I like a scrappier raid launch. Not as much time to prepare means you kind of just got to go on instinct. You got to go on whatever limited resources you have. But this is straying from the norm a bit. And I would like to maybe speculate a little bit why, and I think it might have to do with the shift to episodes, or maybe rather what the episode content that we are going to get is. Because Bungie has said that we'll play the campaign, and then the raid's gonna come out, and then there's gonna be something after the raid. And I'm guessing that the content in the episode might have to do with the results of whatever happens in the raid and that final mission after the raid, something like that. Now, normally, when we get an expansion, the season launches at the exact same time, but that's because the season is like not really related to the expansion, so they can come out at the same time. But you can't have episode 1 come out at the same time as Final Shape if it deals with content related to the Final Shape, which is kind of the vibe that I was getting. I forget exactly what Bungie has said about like what kind of content we're going to be getting in episodes. Not like specifically, oh, a new exotic, like story related elements. So if they can't launch the episode right as the expansion launches, then they would have to wait until after we find out the spoilers of the Final Shape. And if you push the raid too far down, people will play the campaign and then what? Right? Like, how much is there going to be in the Final Shape after the campaign? I don't know. So perhaps they didn't want people to have to wait as long for episode 1 to come out. That's my current guess. Otherwise, I don't know why the shift. It feels like week and a half has usually been pretty good for people to, be able to get through the campaign. Again, you get a weekend to play it in case you're working during the week. So this one, gonna be a bit scrappier. Probably gonna hear some feedback on the internet for Bungie about why are you doing this. Also a little bit unfortunate for my team, as one of my raid teammates planned their wedding without knowing that there was gonna be a delay for the expansion, and they are getting married on June 7th. So that's a bit unfortunate for us and for him. Okay. June 7th, a little bit scrappier. Only 3 days to prepare. I assume they're doing a 48-hour contest mode as well. That is my assumption. Okay. Here we go. All right. Final Shape clan updates. Soraya Hawthorne is getting a reputation track. They're making some small changes, like clan bounties getting some love. Nightfall bounty, you no longer need level 6 to claim. Bungie hasn't really even touched clan systems for quite a long time. I don't even think we get like new staffs for your like clan flag. I think they stopped that in like season 19 or something like that. Like they don't even do it anymore. I think clans are a very unexplored system within the game. And now that we have Fireteam Finder getting out of beta, which is like the next thing down here, but that's literally the main point, is that it's no longer in beta. I think clans are an area where Bungie can do more with it, because right now it's just a label to organize 100 people. I would love a little bit more space. 150 maybe, mainly because I'm being selfish and math class is completely full up, 100 people, and we have people rotating in and out, so I'd love a little bit more space. But this is an area of the game that is like, it's like an uncharted wasteland of just nothing. And so much more, I feel like, can be done with clans, or at least explored with clans in Destiny. So nice little starter update. Like, hey, we know clans exist. Let's keep that going. Keep that going. Fireteam Finder moving out of beta. They just kind of talk about all the improvements they've made and feedback and blah, 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 but it's going out of beta. That's not to say that they're not going to continue to do stuff to Fireteam Finder to improve it, because they absolutely are. They're not just going to launch it and leave it, but they feel confident enough in saying that it's no longer in beta. It's good to go. So good stuff. All right, let's talk about what is staying and leaving with Into the Light and Final Shape, because for a while I had been hearing like, it says on the website this, and no, they said but this, or here's what's only available during Into the Light. Pantheon activity and emblems. This one I was a little surprised to hear was only going to be around for a month. It's the Raid Boss Gauntlet that we talked about last week. It's available from April 30th to June 3rd. So, like, I mean, basically, when Final Shape launches, it's gone. We wanted to create a unique and challenging event that players can test their mettle prior to our big battle against in Final Shape. Offer a chance to earn blah, 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 emblems, okay. We've been thrilled to see the response to our reveal of Pantheon, and no players are eager to jump in and stay. While our initial stab at a boss gauntlet was always intended to be a time-limited event, we are eager to see player feedback about the mode to inform future plans. I don't really mind the concept of a time-limited event, but something like Pantheon, a raid boss gauntlet, only being around for basically a month? That is time limited, you know. I thought maybe be around for like a season's worth of time. So, I mean, obviously we don't know anything else about Pantheon yet. We don't know how it plays. We don't know quite a few things. So I'm more than ready to give feedback when it comes out. But man, this is a little disappointing to hear. I get, like, you know, making emblems for the you were there moments. You know, I get that. But yeah, I mean, like, right now, my feedback is like, bro, when are you bringing this back, man? Next, the Pantheon Seal and Title. I mean, that should be very obvious. If Pantheon goes away, you can't continue to earn stuff from Pantheon. So again, more very specific window, you were here, PogChamp kind of stuff. We knew that the shiny versions of the weapons were going away on June 3rd. That's fine. Totally understand that. Hall of Champions and associated quests. While the Hall of Champions will have served its purpose as a base of operations, some of the content associated with Hall of Champions, like the parade armor sets, will still be available in the future. Based on the reaction to Into Light, we've decided that the Super Black shader will return later on as well, if you don't happen to get it. But the best time to grab these rewards is before Final Shape, while they have a deterministic path. We've gone down this path before with Bungie being like, yeah, they'll come back. They'll totally come back. These things will come back. And they don't come back for like months, years, multiple years. So if you have the ability to get these things, get them now. They are also going to be getting rid of weapon attunement. So, like, you're not going to be able to focus on a specific drop. So if there is one thing that you really, really want, attune now, try to get it now. Try to get things now. Don't wait and bank on when they're going to come back down the road. So here is what is staying after June 3rd. Onslaught and the Brave Arsenal weapons, those are staying. We already knew that. Onslaught is sticking around, which I'm very thankful for, because I kill time. I kill time in Onslaught. I really, really enjoy it. And it'll be a dedicated playlist when Final Shape releases. Love that. It's not gonna, imagine getting into an Onslaught, I guess, I don't know, like a 10-wave Onslaught going into the Vanguard Ops playlist would be like, all right, whatever. But I still want to be able to do Legend and only Legend. So hopefully that is still available. I assume it would be. PvP maps, those are not going away. I don't think anybody thought those were going away. Whisper and 0 Hour, those are staying. Love that. Some of the best content we've ever gotten in the game. The armor and shaders added with Into the Light will be available to earn after June 3rd. Have more details in the future and blah, 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 kind of the stuff we talk about. Basically, if you can get it now, I would get it now. At least your class's armor set, if you can manage to get Super Black as well, which is done by doing all of the weapon quests and then getting a full rank's worth of reputation with Shaxx. Absolutely try to do that. Those weapon quests they don't ask a lot of you. Try to get those things. We got another Bungie bounty. We have the people who were the first teams to be a Legend Onslaught. And Bungie also goes over kind of like what went wrong with Into the Light, because there was like a lot of errors happening within the first, I'd say about 10-12 hours of Into the Light. If you want to read up on this, I have it linked in the description. Go check that out if you want to read that. But I know some people are just like, yeah, whatever. So feel free to go check that out. And yeah, that looks like about it for this twid. Kind of short and sweet. Hopefully only about 10 minutes there. Yeah, I mean, I kind of gave my thoughts on everything as we went along. Pantheon being only a month long, I think is kind of a shame based on what we know of it right now. Maybe it'll make more sense when it actually comes out and we get to play it and all that kind of stuff. But something like this, I would love to see in the game in a more permanent way. And then 3 days. 3 days to prepare for the raid. That's it. That's all you got. Again, I think it has to do something with the episode content, going into the results of the final shape, all that kind of stuff. But I'm pretty sure Bungie's gonna hear it on this one. I think they're gonna hear it on this one, because you're probably gonna need to beat the campaign, and not everyone's gonna have time to beat the campaign. But at least now you know a month and a half out. Hopefully you can take some time off of work, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, there you go. If you're interested, we do a lot of like some of the more recent content we've done. I've been doing on stream, twitch.tv/Datto. I stream Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you want to come hang out, stuff like the Vault game or the exotic icon quiz. We've been doing some more fun stuff on stream, so feel free to swing on by for that and some other good banter as well. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.